Hey there friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I want to check out gameplay from the #1 strategist on console in Marvel Rivals, and that is Silent Blaze. Today they'll be playing as Loki, and that's so fascinating to me because everyone talks about how strong you have Mantis and Luna Snow and other characters, but meanwhile, I do feel like Loki's skill gap, and once we learn how to use him properly, he's going to be an absolutely insane character to play. So, especially with Luna Snow and Mantis frequently getting banned at the higher levels, this is a character I think a lot more people should be trying to learn, which I'm going to do in this gameplay as well. I want to see how they use them and what tips and tricks I can potentially see from how they perform. Now, we'll see what they ban, and that is Magic and Psylocke. Now, Magic performs a lot better on console, I believe, than in on PC, and for a long time the #1 ranked console player was a Magic player, so that likely is the reason that we see Magic banned. Plus, the players can see who they're playing against, so if there's certain characters that they know are being one-tricked, you're more likely to see them banned. Hulk and Moon Knight as well, which is, again, very different from PC, where you see Hela Hawkeye banned pretty much every game. But this game, we are going to see Hela, and it does look like we might see a Hawkeye as well. So far, we've got Strange and Magneto, which is a standard competition or combination. Then we've got Loki on one side, Rocket Raccoon on the other. None of the strategists were banned. Only one of the Vanguards in Hulk. So right now, again, we've got, let's see when the full list is revealed. We've got a Luna, Hela, Rocket. The Rocket might swap. So if you didn't know, you can put down his little his armor packs to give your team a speed boost at the beginning and then swap off of him. But that's really only effective if you're playing the control points, where it's not as nice on this. Although you could use it right out into the zone here. So right now it's Luna, Hela, Rocket, Doctor Strange, Winter Soldier, and Black Panther versus a Hawkeye, Cloak and Dagger, Magneto, Loki, and then Hela, and then Penny Parker. Although they swapped, yeah. So they swapped to Jeff the Landshark to get that speed boost at the beginning, and then they went back to Cloak and Dagger. Again, if you're the defensive team, you can't do that because you're already over in defensive position. So as you see, they had a player die already in their Hela, which is kind of wild. Put down a couple of clones as soon as possible. Again, it seems like a wasted cooldown there with their invulnerability, but they're getting the advantage with this attack. So you always want 2 clones shooting at your teammate or the enemy with you at all times, because it's going to increase the damage or the healing by a huge amount. I think people didn't realize like how much of a difference that made. But if you're just shooting them individually versus shooting at them with 3 different options, this is where it's a little bit of an issue with Loki, though, is that if enemies push if allies push around corners, it's very difficult to heal them with Loki, especially because unless you have a clone there, you're not going to be able to do a lot of healing, and it can be an issue. So you want to make sure you're refreshing your clones as often as possible and getting them in position to help your team. Now, he already has his ultimate. I'll be very curious to see what ultimate he does take. Some people use the Loki ult a lot more aggressively, whereas I feel like you're going to see at this level a lot more defensive ultimates, like a Cloak and Dagger or Luna Snow. Oh, that's a good swap. So swapping against a Black Panther is so important. And then you got his invisibility. So yeah, so Cloak and Dagger ultimate there. Well, he used it mid-air, which is kind of wild. But don't forget that you can use the swap. You can heal a little bit with Cloak and Dagger. You can use the invulnerability. And then you will swap back to Loki eventually. So you don't just have to spam your ultimate right away. Or if you do, you still have some time to play as That's why playing a healer, a swap into a healer with ultimate is so nice. Little lull in the gameplay here, but yeah, it's so far pretty standard what I expected. So not swapping as much as I might have expected between, but anytime he's in trouble, definitely going to swap to one of the clones so that way you can get out of danger. And then also you see here how effective the healing is when you have multiple clones shooting. It's a night and day difference.
The more the merrier. Move all you want. I'll just aim where you were.
So there's two things you want to do with the clones too. You either want to hide them or put them in a position to where you know you'll be able to swap but also heal as many of your teammates as possible. The only downside, like I said, with Loki is when teammates are so far up, if you can't see them to heal them, you're not going to be getting a lot of being super helpful in that position. Yeah, the team is overextending, I feel like, at this point. They're making progress, but he's unable to do anything. And this is, again, one of the downsides to Loki is that he's the only one back here making progress with his team. And if they get caught out, they won't have enough healing to survive the fight. But they're doing fine right now.
Tremble before blast. Much better.
It's now or never. Stop them.
Looks like he's probably close to his ult again.
I am ready to put on a show.
Yeah.
This is real power.
Again, that invulnerability is huge, especially when the other team pops an ult. Because, like, right now, oh yeah, they might be in trouble. But yeah, focus on healing whoever is getting targeted by the Winter Soldier, so that way, oh, tried to swap but died. So that way they can't get their ult back once again. I think that's very, very important. And a lot of people don't realize, like, they just flee instead of trying to heal through it. And if you keep your teammates alive, then they're not going to get the refresh of the ultimate. Ultimate again. I wonder if he'll pop an ult now that Hela's popped theirs, but
Then I guess it's up to us to be the change.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Or at least I'll
yeah, that invulnerability could be huge.
Your powers are mine.
Again, Cloak and Dagger ult. That Cloak and Dagger ult's pretty good. I think Luna Snow's is better, but having that additional ult for healing is huge. And again, got out of danger because of the clone. Very nice. That ult didn't make as much progress as they might have wanted, but still not a bad option. Again, Luna Snow might have been better there. This is huge. Going invisible, like sneaking around to try to get away from the damage and being able to have another clone to heal.
The more the merrier. This is real firepower. They are in front of us. I am straight.
Kind of a stalemate here. This is a choke point that's hard. And that, again, the invulnerability to keep their team alive as often. You want to make sure you're putting that on a teammate before you use it, unless you're kind of using it in an emergency, just because of how effective that is at, like, canceling ults and everything. Again, that Winter Soldier ult can devastate your team if you're not careful, so. Alright, looks like, yeah, they out-healed it, and they're able to make some progress here. Yeah, that Hela ult makes a wrap. Hela ult is actually insane. Yeah, they got the point. Not bad there. Let's go forward a little bit.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Got the full setup. Got two of the Lokis right next to each other. at an angle to where
Three,
that'll probably get shot right away, but you got 3 easy.
secure
Yeah,
the mission area.
destroy the destructible environment. Absolutely huge. Not enough people do it, in my opinion, to clear out spots and lanes and stuff like that, and then prevent enemies from hiding behind it. Little pick damage here.
I outnumber you.
Yeah, on cooldown, just constantly making sure you have as many of the clones up as possible. That's huge. But again, the team is fighting in positions where they can't get healed as much, so it's very important if you're playing with a Loki to stay within shot of not only the main Loki, but also the clones if at all possible.
I outnumber you.
It's probably a better position for the clones.
Time to vanish.
Yeah, I don't know if people forget or if they just want to save the invisibility so they don't use it to generate another clone, but obviously that's very impactful if you're playing it correctly. Again, look at that little hallway. Use the choke point, use your invulnerability, and make sure your entire team stays alive, essentially.
This is real firepower.
Should be coming up on his ult soon.
Healing for my friends.
You'll see a lot of ults here. Yeah, he got flanked by the Hela. This is where it probably falls apart a little bit for his team.
Another go. I have
Again!
Again, the movement there is very important. But yeah, the point is lost, so you might as well reset. Held him for a good amount though, so probably going to be able to get the hold eventually. Has his ultimate.
An opportunity. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Much better.
Again, invulnerability there is huge. Although a couple of his teammates died, so this is probably a lost cause.
Next time.
Unless he wants to use the ultimate, but I feel like that would be a waste. Your teammate's already been getting rocked.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, this is a tough fight. Again, he loves using the cloak and dagger ult. I don't know if another ult wouldn't be a better option, but there's a reason they're one above all ranks, to be honest.
You owe me one.
Good pick.
Keep going.
Now reset. Nice.
I am ready to put on a show.
Get out of danger. Yeah, for sure.
Our enemies are here. You are restored.
A fool of life.
Being able to heal through that is so massive, because like that's the type of ult that can absolutely change the game.
This is real firepower.
Nice kill.
Whatever this beacon was, it is no more. Team player. The more the
Armed and dangerous!
Double KO.
Yeah, I got rid of the Winter Soldier after the ult too. It's massive.
you are restored. I outnumber you.
Get that vehicle moving again.
That movement is so important and I think underrated. You want to make sure that you're constantly getting into position to help as many of your teammates as possible. Now it's just like a pick game. Everyone's waiting to try to get a kill, but it's just doing a little bit of damage here and there. Probably waiting for ultimates, as we say. Now he's got his ult.
Ah, splendid. Queen of Hell.
Looks like a triple from Hela, so they're in good shape. Again, you don't see Hela a lot on PC lobbies because of how broken she is, but watching the gameplay, you can see that she's pretty much dominating as the primary duelist. This team switched from their previous character to Star-Lord, which is interesting. Oh, we got a Doctor Strange ult. That's fascinating. See if they're able to get any picks. Nope. They're pocketed. Yeah, that was unfortunately not the best ultimate, to be honest. It was a good idea, but if you're going to hit that, you really need to try to hit it on their support. Because if you hit their strategist, then they're not able to heal through some of that damage. Yeah, and that's why picking your ultimate that you use is so valuable with Loki, that you really need to make sure that you get it right, because it can really, like, obviously they can counter ult, etc., but having an additional Luna Snow or Mantis ult is so important. Cloak and Dagger ult's not bad, but using a Hela ult potentially, or Winter Soldier ult could also be absolutely insane. Just ults right now. Dead. Yeah, this other team is scratching and clawing their way up. Don't forget, both these teams are very, very good. So they're both kind of jockeying for position now. Let's see. Blaze is back. This choke point is going to be tough. But again, I don't feel like people use the movement enough to get back to your teammates. Whether it's with the Punisher, with Loki, it's so valuable to be able to jump right back in the fight and not be staggered. Like, if your team isn't there, you don't want to waste your movement. But if your team is in the fight and they're holding out and they just need you to get back there, having a character get back to the fight is so important. Has his ult now. Let's see which one he pops. Again, with this defensive spot, I wouldn't be surprised if they use some sort of defensive or healing ultimate, whether it's Luna Snow, maybe it could be Cloak and Dagger again. I don't see that. Oh, that's, yeah, see, look at that. That invincibility was so massive. Just was able to keep a lot of the teammates survive. Oh, but here goes Winter Soldier. Oh, there we go. Double Luna Snow ults. That's huge. This is what I was talking about, though. You're essentially just stalling as long as possible, so. Again, you're getting hard pushed by a Black Panther, but you're able to survive because of that invincibility, and so it's huge. There's so many ways to stay alive, stay in the fight with Loki, that even if his healing isn't always the best as far as pure numbers wise, it's very valuable, and you can essentially tank supers or ultimates and everything. So I do think he's one of those characters who is so useful in so many different ways, and so using him doesn't necessarily mean, like, you would still want like a high volume healer on your squad, which he can be, but there's also times where just a simple use of his invulnerability will keep your whole team alive. His ability to swap between different ultimates depending on the situation. The ability to get out of danger and survive himself by swapping between his clones or going invisible, or all this stuff. He's got such a unique kit that I feel like he's one that I would recommend a lot of people practicing, because while Mantis and Luna dominate and they're very straightforward, he's a character that in the right team setups with the right combinations can be absolutely devastating to have on a squad. And watching this was very much eye-opening. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video as always. Are you going to be playing as Loki going forward? Is that a character who's on your radar? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, my name is JoPa. Have a good one. I'll catch you all later.